Jilly from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. Johnny, how was your weekend?
It was good. Father's Day was Sunday, so I got to go see a movie with my youngest son, Micah. I saw Obsession. Have you guys heard about that?
Is that appropriate for families?
Yeah, it's a horror movie, but
maybe not.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I started watching horror movies when I was like 8 years old, so it's like I love it.
I thought you said you were going to say you saw like Toy Story 5.
No. There was a lot of people there for that, but no, that's not my jam. I like to get scared, and he jumped a few times, which made me happy.
Right.
And the guy next to me, man, he was an older guy. He really jumped. So yeah, I went over there, did that. Saturday, got the tattoo.
You got some ink. You want to show it for the people watching the stream?
Can we get that?
It's still wet.
Yeah,
but I like it. It's got the radio mic there.
Yeah, I got the mic in there, Arizona. So I did that, but I saw you were getting on your fashion on or something.
I did. Yeah, so I was at the Fort Yuma Quetzal fashion show celebrating Native fashion. So shout out to Deidre Solomon. Remember we had her on the show?
Yeah, we had her on, yeah.
We had her on the show. She put it on and designed some clothes for that. And we also had Ali Ramirez with the Arizona Opportunity Shop.
So how was it being a model for the first time?
It was not for the first time because
you've done modeling.
I did it like in high school and college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so
he did JCPenney ad.
Oh,
here, let's get
is that Mike? Maybe.
Are you on?
Maybe I am. No, she's not on. Maybe I plugged in the wrong one. I did it myself, so that could have been my fault.
All right, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Live radio.
Yeah, it's live radio. But go ahead, Victor.
Yeah. So fashion show. So I did them in high school and college. Mm-hmm. But it had been a while. So when we had Deidre on, I was said half joking, if you need men, but I know for events like that, they usually need men, dance groups. Fashion shows, things like that. I was the only male.
You were the only one.
But it was fun. It was a good event. And, I think everyone had a good time. They celebrated Native culture. They had the youth performers there. And they had an elder sharing a story, a storyteller. So overall, it was a great event. There's photos online. I think there's videos.
Yeah, I saw. That's what I saw. I saw the photos. I remember you committing to do it, but I totally forgot that it was this weekend. So
yeah.
And so do we have the mic fixed, Talon? Do we know? You want to check it real quick?
There we go. There we go.
Yes,
great. Thank you.
Secret.
Talon worked his magic over there.
He used to be a JCPenney's ad model.
You did?
No, back in the day.
Back in the day.
That was part of my college.
Area.
Yeah, I got a scholarship and got to go to Dallas and all that
very
thing.
cool.
That was in another lifetime.
Yeah. Well, we need to find these pictures. Talon, get on that as well. We need to find where these ended up at. But no, when I got in earlier too, my mic was down, so I don't know what happened over the weekend.
But it's working now.
Yeah, Anthony fixed that earlier. But who are we here with today, Victor?
All right, we have Emilia Cortez, and she works with the Quetzal Indian tribe, and we're going to talk about that. And also, she's running for Arizona House.
Yes.
In Legislative District 23, which includes part of Yuma County. Other counties, we'll get to that as well.
Yes.
And we have Franky Sandoval. She's been on the show before with Yuma Kicks, and she does marketing for the campaign, for Emilia's campaign.
So are you the marketing, the manager, campaign manager, or just marketing?
I would say marketing manager.
Okay.
Yeah, all social media.
Oh, cool.
She makes sure my comps are legal and the process is correct.
Oh, good. That's
a huge role.
Yeah, definitely. It could get scary.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to break any laws or do anything like that, right? But social media is the way to go if you're going to do anything now, right?
Correct. Yeah. Right. And one of the things that I'm not comfortable in, people that really know me, is public speaking or even being in the public.
Oh, really?
So Franky is literally pushing me out of my, what did you say?
Comfort zone. But
yes.
I'm glad to do so. We've been doing really good. We've been pushing out reels, we created a TikTok, just putting a lot of content out there featuring behind the scenes of the campaign.
And she does a beautiful work. I love it.
Thank you.
And getting on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
huge audience.
I know there's a huge audience there.
We need to work on that.
I know everybody's like, get on TikTok.
You have the glasses on.
I did one TikTok video. I did one with a guy that does food reviews, and then that's when finally my son came to me. He's like, Dad, you're famous. You were on TikTok, and I'm like, I do all these other videos. I do one TikTok, Yeah. But anyhow, so we like to get to know our guests before we get into what you're doing, running for office. So you said you're originally from here, but born somewhere else?
Yes, I was born in Montebello, California, which is East LA.
Okay.
And my family has ties to the Los Angeles County due to what my dad used to be a soccer player back in the day.
So a soccer player, like professional?
Yes, para la Guadalajara. And fast forward.
So now say that one more time. For who?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. So that's Mexico, it sounds
Yes,
like, right?
yes, yes,
And you
yes,
said it's tied to L.A. So,
LA, as
so
a
explain.
lot of training camps and stuff happened
Gotcha.
in the LA area when my dad was kind of traveling. And one of the things, my mom went to go visit an aunt back in LA, and she's from San Luis Rio Colorado, which is across the border, but originally from Guanajuato. And, you know, there's so much history there with my mom being given some land from the Cocopas on that side so that we could farm. So fast
Interesting.
forward, my mom was visiting one of her aunts, which was, I guess, a nun that didn't commit to her her calling. She backed in and she wanted to have a family and things like that. So fast forward, she went to go visit her. I guess my aunt, Tia Bola, that's kind of like what her nickname is. I can't really realize what her real name is right
Oh, it's
now.
all right.
She loved WWE.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you have this little old lady with all her kids going to WWE. My mom would go. And so one of those times, I guess my dad was out there and my dad just seen my mom and wanted to like take her out. And my mom did seamstress work. So she did a lot of like lampshades, really structural stuff, and then got into the industry of doing fashion and things like that for manufacturing factories in East Los Angeles.
Very cool.
As you know, that's the capital. So
Yeah.
then they would make matching outfits for each other, go like John Travolta was during that time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they loved dancing, and that's kind of how they met and kind of dated, and then we blossom as their kids, I guess you can say. And my mom always wanted to come back to Yuma because being my grandparents, you get older, you need, my mom was sacrificed her life to kind of stay away from this area, to kind of be prosperous and bring something back. As you can hear in my voice, I don't want to cry.
Yeah,
I told Victor I
it's
don't want to
okay.
cry.
It's all right. And so when did they come back and what did they do? You said there was some farming involved in that?
Yes, some farming. Some of my family, so my dad does farm in his family agave,
Okay.
and it's in the 1800s. My grandma, Emilia, won it in a poker game.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's some cool history.
Yes, and
Won a farm, an agave farm,
Yes.
in a poker game.
yes.
Yeah, wow,
They-
that
she
sounds like
used
a
to
whole
run-
movie. That's
she used
great.
to run the underground poker games. And fast forward, that was my dad. He grew up in it, and he did not want to do that. Little kid with long hair was like, no, I want to play soccer. So that was his dream. And so off he goes. And fast forward, when my grandfather died on my mom's side, it was his time to like, okay, but my uncles already had careers. Some are vets, some are engineers. They didn't want nothing to do with the land. So fast forward, that made a decision for us to come back. And been here since I was 5, in and out.
Okay.
Because sometimes my mom is like, it's too hot.
Yeah, it is hot here.
She forgets.
She's not wrong.
So
She's
I
not
grew
wrong.
up in the Crane district, attending school over there. Loved it, just because we were in the countryside of our farming land. And then to Yuma High. Graduated in 2003.
Okay, and so now you're doing economic stuff for the tribe,
Yes.
right? So is that something that was always an interest for you? It sounds like you kind of grew up in the farm life. How'd you
Yes.
get into counting and such?
And such. One of the things is I went to school for it. I have my MBA.
But before that, in high school, like, did you have like?
Yes, I was
okay.
in DACA.
Oh, okay.
Which is the business program for the high school. I was always intrigued by business. Coming from an entrepreneurial family in the farming world, you do have to have a little bit of strategy and kind of how do you move forward your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was intriguing. My other brothers took a different route, so it was up to me to kind of figure out and help my dad. So fast forward, that's kind of like the niche that I had internally.
And you did that specifically to kind of help your dad. You did that with that in mind. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. Brothers are doing their own thing.
Yes,
I got to
they're
be there for
starting their
dad.
families, and my dad was like, "Oh, Emilia's never going to get married." So let's focus on her developing and helping with the business.
So you did that, and then you said you went to school. Where'd you go?
NAU.
NAU.
Yes, I went to Flagstaff and then came back when my mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer.
Okay. So you did that. So did you like it when you went to school, when you're getting to crunch numbers under the gun?
Yes, I loved it. I loved every course I took. I challenged myself. I had honor roll. I'm very nerdy.
Okay.
I grew up in the libraries. So yes, I loved going there and doing my assignment and always turning it in earlier than expected.
So then you graduate. What do you do once you graduate?
So
You come back to Yuma?
I got an offer for working here at AWC.
Okay.
I was a student worker because I was still getting my master's. Started with Dr. Schoening. I was one of his student workers at the way on top. It was kind of rare. Then from there, I learned, and I'm going to name old leadership.
Go for it.
It was Dan Han. He was our finance person, and he really counted and taught me a lot. He knew where every penny was. That's the eerie part of his accounting. And it draw closer to him. And then we had, Sharon McKinley. And then she was the secretary for Dr. Schoening at the time. And then Deb Leal, she did operations for, we had a department where we did operational calls. So I was one of the operators there. She learned me how to talk, be on the phone, how to be supportive for everybody because it was all dial-in. And then from there, I went to work for IT.
Okay, so while you were here, it sounds like you had good leadership, some good people to learn from.
Yes.
And the way you said you wanted to mention these people, it sounds like you're grateful for that time learning under them.
Yes, and then Mary did grants, so she showed me the path of grants and getting federal funding and how to budget and how to, project and everything like that. And then we had other folks at the grants, and of course I'm blinking out, but I can see her that supported me in that role.
So the grants, that's a little bit different, right? And so you learn that with interest, I want to do this as well, kind of pursue this?
Yes, because I didn't know what, as you're getting your degrees, you kind of don't know what area specifically you're going to be wanting to focus on. So working here, it was a plethora of
Gotcha. So then you said you went into IT after that?
Yes.
And then then now you're with the tribe. How long you been with the tribe?
Since August.
Since August?
Yes.
So this is pretty new.
This is pretty new. So before that, I worked for the University of Arizona, developed federal grants.
Oh, wow. So you did great grants, so you're
Yeah.
lucky you learned that, right?
Yes, because you needed to know it. So I did administered a couple of grants that with First Things First. And then from there, I moved and then became a council woman for them because I knew the inner workings of the institution, so too I can help and advocate and support it. Been then on the board, I think my 10-year mark. I was the youngest one, and I think there's a few now my age, like Corey Rico. She's there.
Oh, Corey,
so
yeah.
So we're in it, and then got snagged for Girl Scouts. Did that for 17 years. That was a really cool job. So
what'd you do for the Girl Scouts?
I was regional membership. So I traveled through Highway 10 and 8 all the way to Graham and Greeley to support the staff members up there with recruiting and increasing memberships, and then came down all the way to San Luis. So those were my areas. And it was a great job. I traveled, did a lot of entrepreneurial things for them because they do have a cookie system.
Yeah, the cookies. Yeah, tell me about it. They've been at my door. Yeah.
Yes, and we do. We support these initiatives for them. So from age 5 all the way to 17, even some that graduate after they want to get their gold award. So I let them and help and support them. So it's a lot of connecting and establishing for them.
Yeah, and so that comes into play, right? Because now with the tribe, you're helping entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Back then, it was the young entrepreneurs that kind of set up outside of Fry's and say, hey, you want to buy some cookies? Or, or my family, it's usually my nieces and nephews. It's like, all right, it's time to buy cookies, Uncle. Let's go.
Yes. And they're so go-getters. Scouts, and we're supportive. And trust me, I've traveled, and many opportunities have opened up because of the Girl Scouts. It's a whole industry, and people just think, oh, it's just the cookies. It's not. It's way more.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to take a quick break, and I know Victor has some questions for you on the other side because you decided to run for office.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that means and why you decided that.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. An extreme heat watch in effect in Yuma and La Paz County today. In Yuma, we expect the afternoon high to be near 106 degrees. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour could gust up to 20 miles per hour by evening. Tonight, clear skies with a low of 75 degrees. On the latest episode of the Arizona Edition podcast, the topics covered include the new YPG commander, Yuma Council candidate Smith and Van Wy, and Harvest Prep Academy's future San Luis campus. You can read about those online at kawc.org.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we hear some fresh perspectives about Yuma. Students from all over the world sharing their experiences.
If I'm honest, it's great. I don't think I could have chosen a better place to be welcome to.
This show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
Election Protection Arizona, a nonpartisan coalition, is hosting a training session for volunteer poll workers on Thursday, June 25th at 5 p.m. Food and drink will be provided. Must be a Yuma County resident and at least 16 years old. Information at bit.ly/azpoll.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together. You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the KOFA app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here joined by
Emilia Cortez. She's running for Arizona House in Legislative District 23. I just want to share some information. So LD23 includes part of Yuma County, part of Maricopa County, part of Pima County. And I should say that Emilia is running in the Democratic primary. She's running with incumbent Mariana Sandoval.
Sí.
The other candidates are, I'll mention, Juan Guerrero and Naomi Miguel. And in the Republican primary, we have incumbent Michelle Peña and Gary Garcia Snyder. And I should also say that today is the last day to register to vote.
Oh, is it?
So,
yes.
Okay. Oh, that's
good. So if
good
you need to register to vote or check your registration, go online. I think it's the Arizona Secretary of State, but just Google Arizona, vote, register to vote. It'll come up.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that. When we also have Franky over here. She's been super quiet, but I didn't ask her any questions.
We have Franky.
Franky's juice.
Yeah. But
so before we get into, I have some questions for Emilia. But how did you get involved with the campaign?
Yeah, so last year during the summer, I did a brief internship with Senator Ruben Gallegos, and I guess Emilia heard about that from...
It's the Political Network.
The Political Network. And so we connected. I was still attending University of San Diego at the time, finishing up my second year, and we connected. I think
did
from
an
the jump,
interview. It was just
meant to be.
Yeah.
And you're still doing Yuma Kicks? How's that going?
It's going really good. I've been buying a lot of wholesale lately, and being in Yuma, it makes it all so much easier because obviously all my customers are here.
We have a great customer base here.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, getting back to Emilia, I want to ask you. So, we heard about your history and your, your time in serving the community, Girl Scouts and the Quetzal. So, what made you decide to run for this office for LD23 for Arizona House?
So that is a mouthful. Literally, it's because I feel that we need a voice for this community for LD23. It's such a unique border town communities, especially with the way they look at rural spaces like LD23. They see them as development spaces, but we need to ensure that local people have voices for those opportunities that are going to come and disrupt their community. And a lot don't get that chance. They just see it as it's empty, let's just kick it off. And it's not. So I'm trying to be that voice.
And that we mentioned, there's a lot of surface area there, but it's the smaller communities.
Correct.
So why is it important that they have a strong voice in the smaller communities?
Because rural leadership to me means it's like you and I. We're community leaders within Yuma County. If we want to do something and make something happen, we come together to do it. It's the same way in other little districts. They have a voice, and I want to hear it. I want to hear what they're wanting to do, and I've been door knocking actually in Pima, and I also Goodyear and Buckeye, Y and Ajo as well, and Yuma, San Luis, and Somerton. I really want to hear, and I hear a lot of housing issues, healthcare, as well as education, cost of living. Those are the common thread that I hear, and it's kind of like in every county saying the same thing with a little bit of difference.
So you get to travel quite a bit then, or that's a good...
So I try to make myself visible in other communities because I'm representing them. So I want to make sure that I touch ground in each county that I represent to hear and listen. I'm not just pushing Yuma, I'm pushing LD23.
Yeah, because I believe you were recently in Tucson meeting with folks out there.
Yes.
How did that go? Tell us what happened.
So because it's monsoon season, we got rained out, 4 hours of heavy rain.
Wow.
And this Yuma girl is not used to that heavy rain. But some of them kept door knocking, and of course, we gave them umbrellas and trash bags so that they can wear, and the dedication is just amazing. Then I had a Buckeye Chambers event that I had to introduce myself to a group, and the mayor was there, and I introduced him. Hopefully I get to work with you. He was very welcoming, and so was the community.
And so also talk about, we talked about how part of the district includes the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Yes.
And so you have, familiarity with a tribal nation here with the Quetzal.
Yes.
So what issues are you hearing when you talk to folks out there? Like, are they, similar issues, I'm guessing?
Yes, structure, roads, housing issues, not having that much housing. Kind of like developing projects that kind of service the community. So that's kind of like the common knowledge. Those are the three that I can think of right now.
Very cool. I want to ask you, we were also talking about an event that's coming up, and this may be not your focus right now, right? You're busy with the campaign and with work and with everything, but talk about briefly as much as you can about this event coming up on July 4th. There's a Quetzal 4th of July.
Yes, so we have a 4th of July event on the original stomping grounds, and EDA office that I work for sets up all the vendors to make sure they have permit licenses and they're all, kosher. So fast forward, they set up this event, and the community is more than welcome. They have Indian fry bread. We have native jewelers. You should see some of the really unique new styles. We have Val. She's so sweet. She does ghoul. It's called ghoul jewelry, and it's all Freddy Krueger type hard rock theme jewelry, and it's all made with beads. So she does this by hand, and she's one of the entrepreneurs that I'm helping her. We have an incubator that's literally set up for the community members to do all their podcasting, video taking, merchandise modeling, and things like that.
So is that, like, when you got to the tribe, is that something you spearheaded? Was it already there?
No,
is that
it
something
was already there.
It was already there. I never knew about it until talking to Bonnie, these things were happening. Now, are you kind of tasked with helping elevate this?
Correct. We have like about 500K. 500 VMEs, which are vendors, merchant, and entrepreneurs on the reservation. So we try to help them and support them. One of the things that is vast, my position kind of stayed vacant for a little while, and it took a minute for us to get someone to fill that role. And when I was selected, I was so excited because I knew these tools existed. And now it's basically reviving it, hitting play, and let's make sure it comes out fruitful for what it was purposed and intentioned for.
Yeah, and the entrepreneur side, the tribe president, Jonathan Coteen, he opened a barbershop there years and years ago, right?
Yep.
And that's how he kind of started, got his name out there, and now he's the tribal president, correct?
Correct. And in that kind of plaza is the QBDC, the incubator, as well as a coffee shop. That if you haven't gone... Arequipe, which is his original native name, but Tudor is he roasts his own beans and he gets them from Peru. And right now, tariffs are killing him. So that's another thing. So I'm all supportive on the small business as my campaign because I see it. I see it every day. And Arequipe really has really good coffee. If you ever have a chance, go visit him across the bridge and try his little Cubano. It is so delicious. Yeah. It's like you're in Cuba.
Very cool.
So how do you, I guess, outreach these things or let people know that you have these things available? I know you're on the economic side, but do you have a team that works with you to help get these people understanding like the opportunities that are there on the reservation? It's
been on council's mind to kind of develop a strategy. It hasn't yet crossed the path to formalize it, but it's in the forefront. For sure. So it's still in design of how we're going to move that projection for marketing.
So any unique and vendors that you mentioned the one that Ghoul with any other unique vendors that you've come across?
Yes.
Or
so Yazzie has Indian fry bread and everybody fights over the best fry bread, and he's been winning for the past few, because some tribal members have become deceased and they kind of leave that empty slot. So Yazzie is really good if you ever have that.
How do you spell it?
Yazzie.
Okay.
Yazzie.
Yazzie. I know my buddy Conrad, he does, I don't know the name of his place, but you know Conrad?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Conrad, I know he's been doing fry bread for some time.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Conrad. Conrad doesn't watch anyway.
But his is, I do like his sweet.
Well, that's what I was going to say. My next question is, how do you do your fry bread? Do you like it sweet or you like it with
It depends.
It depends?
Yeah, it depends on the mood. Sometimes they do.
Tell me, for our listeners that maybe haven't tried this delicious treat, tell us the different ways you can get your fry bread.
So, you can get it with ground beef, just like with lettuce, tomato, shredded cheese, but the salsa is what makes a difference. And plus the dough. It has to have a fluffy, airy, not dry, like spaces and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what it is. And then you can do your sweet with honey, depending on sugar powder. I know you recently got one from the Copa tribe. And so, yeah, it's different ways of trying it.
So now that you got everybody hungry and like their mouth watering, tell everybody about that event that's happening at the Stomping Grounds, and then let them know the different vendors that'll be there.
Yes, we have several vendors, and you guys are more than welcome to come on July 4th to this event. I believe it's going to be 2 days now. It used to be 3, but now it's going to be 2. But you're more than welcome. They'll have fireworks. They'll have traditional songs and dancing. It's really awesome. And so seeing that kind of always helps me see the bigger picture of what our small business people need. And so that's kind of what the platform of my campaign is, to kind of make sure that we have a voice in supporting them. Because, of course, we're the consumers, so why not be?
All right. And we might find out more information if we can help book somebody from Parks and Rec, right?
Yes,
That'd be great.
Yes, I'll try to help.
And then thank you very much. And thank you for coming on. Tell everybody how they can find out more information about your campaign.
Yes. I chopped it up last time, but Franky can.
Go for it. Let's do the marketing.
Yes, on all of our social medias, we have linked in the bio, Emilia for AZLD23.com. Her website, you can find how to donate, how to volunteer, and just more about Emilia herself. And then on our social media, we always post upcoming events, whether it's canvassing, whether you want a phone bank, or just upcoming community events.
Yes, if you can volunteer, that'd be so grand.
Yes.
I would appreciate it so much.
All right. Thank you guys for being with us. I really
Gracias.
appreciate it.
Jilly from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.